Welcome back, everyone, to Find Music. We're on to episode 334, and our leadoff man, Fred, always has something new to share.
What I'm looking at today is different groups, mostly blues and southern rock bands, but one band that's very different from the rest is a group called Velvet Trip. They're from Australia, and 2019 they came out with an album called Velvet Trip and the Six Moon Skies. And on that album, they sound like a little bit like Spirit. They got a touch of Steppenwolf in there and Hendrix-like guitar. Songs like Voodoo, Cosmic Girl, Take Control of Your Mind, Hurricane, and Six Moon Skies. So that kind of gives you an idea where they're coming from. But their new album just came out, and you can find it on Spotify and Bandcamp. It's called Harmony Blooms. And again, it's a trippy album. There's two guys that are running the band, and right away, you know this is going to be a trippy album because the leader of the band is Zeppelin Hamilton. And his partner is Clayton Allen. Together they form this band and start off the album Strange Love. And not only does it go into a trippy theme, but that particular cut has a spoken word poem in it. And it's blissful, spacey, and a little the dreaming vocals, of course, and it sort of sounds like some of the space rock stuff that the American band Mercury Rev has done.
Oh, yeah.
I liked both albums. I listened to them this week and find them pretty musical. They're not boring at all. So I would suggest if you like kind of psychedelic spacey sounds, go for that. Now I'm into some number 2, 3, and 4 bands that I'm talking about. The next 3 are all kind of in the blues rock, southern rock vein, very different. One band I discovered is the One Dime Band. Their new album is called Side Hustle, and they're a rootsy blues band who's gotten nominations for awards from the Blues Foundation. They're from Boston. The horns take off right away on the first cut, and it gets funky, guitar, organ. It's a great uplifting blues album, and it's Paul Gallucci on vocals and slide guitar and harmonica. It's infectious, rootsy. They have another album, previous one called Hoodoo and the Holy Water. The next band I discovered this week is Mississippi Shakedown, and their new album is QLD. That's the title. Just came out, and they rock out again with a slide guitar in a kind of blues rock, southern rock atmosphere. Sometimes sounding a little, the guitar work sounds a little like ZZ Top. They've got some great numbers on this album. You can find them on Bandcamp, Facebook, and Spotify. They do a rocking romp on the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night. It's a no-nonsense blues band, which I like a lot. And they're from Australia also.
Oh, my God.
The band is pretty well known. They've been around for about 20 years, is Blackberry Smoke, and they have a new album out. And they start off their 8th album with Dig a Hole sets the mood and brings the whole Southern rock atmosphere to life. Charlie Starr is on the vocals and guitars, and they just hammer it home in their own unique way. They don't break any new ground, actually, but they wear their influences right on their sleeve, which I like about some bands, not trying to hide where they come from or where they got their ideas from. But they don't try to reinvent the wheel, but what they do well. And there's some great tunes on this album, and they mix it up with a few acoustic tunes to change the pace. And they stay true to their musical value. I would highly recommend this album if you like Southern blues rock. There are a couple of their slower tunes almost sound like the Dickie Betts bands he had in his prime after he left the Allman Brothers. So I would recommend those albums this week and dig them.
Oh, thank you, Fred. I think this is one of those few times that you could have done sound snips for each of these bands and probably gotten away with it. Because I never heard of these four before. Yeah, so that's very interesting. I'll have to check them out. All right, thank you, Fred.